Look, celebrate that if you want. I can't sit here as a Manchester United fan and say that I'm happy that we've won a game. Certainly not in that manner. It, firstly, in my opinion, wasn't even a free kick. I said even before it was played in, it is one of the harshest handball decisions I've ever seen. He's got his back turned, it hits the underside of his elbow. It's never even a free kick in the first place. Then it's so clearly offside. I didn't even celebrate the goal because I'm so used to Harry Maguire standing in an offside position that when he headed it, firstly, I was actually shocked that he managed to get it in the back of the net because he never bloody does for Manchester United. But I just assumed it'd be offside because Maguire's always offside, and he was offside. So, look, I can't celebrate that. I wouldn't be an honest football fan if I genuinely take enjoyment from us being gift-wrapped the win when we don't deserve it, because we didn't deserve it. That was a disgusting performance. It was pathetic. And Ruben Amorim has to take the flak for this. I think he made some good substitutions. Don't get me wrong. And what I mean by that is the players that he brought on made an impact. But the lineup he picked tonight made no sense whatsoever. And it's no surprise to me that we probably put in our worst first half performance of the season. And look, I know we've been behind by significantly larger margins at half-time at various points this season. But as an actual team performance in that first half, it was a joke. And it comes down to the manager. Because if you go player for player, Onana's a goalkeeper, he's playing at goalkeeper. Fine. Mazraoui's a right back, playing right centre-back. Sorry. Mazraoui's a right back, playing left centre-back. Not fine. Maguire, central centre-back, fine. Euro, right centre-back, left centre-back in the second half, fine. We spent all of the January transfer window trying to desperately sign a left wing-back. We finally sign a left wing-back, and he plays him right wing-back and plays our right wing-back at left wing-back. Absolute joke. Nonsensical. I cannot believe that that is how we lined up. And what's made it worse is for the poor kid, who I actually think had a relatively good first half, considering he was playing out of position. He certainly created more danger than what Dalot did on the left-hand side. He takes him off at half-time. He doesn't address the issue that we can't create anything because both of our fullbacks keep coming back and passing it. He takes Dorgu off, puts Garnacho on, and then puts Ahmad at right wing-back. The amount of times in that second half, because we did play better in the second half, and Garnacho was a big part of that, and we will get to that. But the amount of times in that second half, we got the ball, played it out to Dalot at left wing back, or played it out to Ahmad at right wing back, and even in good attacking areas, all they could do was come back inside and either pass it back into midfield or put an aimless cross or shot in. It doesn't make sense. And to my knowledge, because I did my research on Ruben Amorim and how he played at Sporting Lisbon, to my knowledge, he didn't play like that at Sporting Lisbon. He played left footers on the left and right footers on the right, or at the absolute worst, two-footed players on both sides, so they could either go long or come back inside. That's what was wrong in the first half. Like, you imagine it from an actual footballing perspective, right? I'm right-footed. So if I'm playing left back, all I can do to receive the ball is stand like this. But I'm right-footed. So all I can do is play it here. I want to play it that way, but I can't because I don't have a left foot. So if I turn and try and go this way, I can't do anything with it. So poor old Dorgu and poor old Dalot can only receive the ball and just play it back again. If you receive the ball as a right back and I'm receiving the ball here and I'm still looking like that, well, the good news is now I'm right-footed. So I can turn and I can drive. Makes no sense. And what's better is when I get there, I can put balls into the box. So Rasmus Højlund, who once again had to play the graveyard shift today, would actually get some service. I could not believe that that's how they lined up. And I couldn't believe that they didn't address it in the second half either. Look, what I will say is by playing the inverted wing-backs, it's how Garnacho had such an impact in the second half. So I will give that as a small caveat to it. Dalot coming inside allowed Garnacho to pull wider. But it would still work better with a left footer. Because the left footer could still come inside to allow Garnacho to come outside. Because then when Garnacho does get it, when he does drive inside, the left-footed player can then wrap back round the outside of him to again give the option for Garnacho to either have more space to shoot or cross, or play it out to the left footer, who can then put the ball in themselves. I could not believe it. It was doing my head in. It's been doing my head in ever since Ruben Amorim took over. But up until today, he had the excuse. We didn't have a fully fit left wing back. It's obvious he doesn't think Malassi is up to it. Luke Shaw's never been fit. So we've had to play Dalot on the left and Ahmad on the right, because Ahmad is not really a wing back. He is an attack-minded winger that, fine, you can tuck him in at right wing back because he'll still drive forward and play his natural game in those forward areas. He had some small level of excuse, but I've said it enough times that I would have preferred to see Ahmad on the left and Dalot on the right. Today, no excuse. Dorgu is a left-footed left wing-back. Dalot is a right-footed right wing-back. Play them in their correct position. Then we move into midfield. Ugarte is a box-to-box midfielder. Fine. Bruno is an attacking midfielder playing in central midfield. Doesn't work. Mainu is a creative central midfielder playing attacking midfield. Didn't work. Ahmad, as we spoke about, he started in the forward position. He dropped back in and out from the right wing back, right wing position. I don't mind him playing there. And Rasmus was obviously playing up front. He is a striker. But you're talking about more than half of the starting 11 not playing in their natural positions. This is why we've not performed today. And unfortunately, Ruben Amorim has to take the blame for that. No ifs, buts or maybe. He has to take the blame for that. And it's no coincidence for me that that's why we struggle to create opportunities. The amount of times Bruno picked up that ball in central midfield today and just played those Hollywood balls that he loves to play to absolutely no one. What's the point? If he's going to play like that, he's better used going further forward, being the man who can receive the ball and turn the ball round the corner. Mainu would be much more suited at receiving the ball in midfield and then playing those sidewards and forward passes. It just makes more sense. I don't understand it. I was actually being very critical of Ugarte in the first half as well, but thankfully for him, he stepped it up in the second half. I was saying about 5 minutes into that second half, I'd take Ugarte off and put Eriksen on, drop Mainu back into midfield and let Eriksen be a bit more creative further forward. But thankfully, Ugarte stepped it up. And it was really because of him and because of Garnacho that we got ourselves back into this match. Because by Garnacho getting on the ball and causing problems, we had an issue on both sides of the pitch. And that's where I said I will give Amorim credit for the players he brought on. Garnacho made a difference. Joshua Zirkzee made a big difference. Even though it didn't change the structure of the team in the slightest, he is more suited to that position. That's his position, just off the striker, where he can drop in, use his strength, bring other people into play, turn it round the corner, use his skills, and most importantly, be in the attacking area of the pitch to get on the end of crosses. Now, alright, it didn't actually come to him, and I'll also say he wasn't in there as often as I would have liked him to have been in there, because there was a couple of times again where Garnacho and Dalot got in on that left-hand side, and Zirkzee wasn't quite where he should be. Although, I'll say it again, if you had a left footer who could put in a proper cross, I think Zirkzee was more in a position to win a header at the back post than he was to receive the constant cutbacks from players that can't put high balls in on their left feet. So I'm happy that Zirkzee made that impact. I'm pleased for Rasmus that he managed to get some sort of a moment because, again, he had nothing to work off of today. His flick came to Zirkzee. He put it in the net for 1-1. I've already spoken about the goal that put us through to the next round. It's a farce. It's never a it's never a free kick. Shouldn't be given for handball. And Maguire's offside, so I can't even talk about that. The goal we concede is just, again, systematic of everything that we're doing wrong at the moment. And I was watching this with a few of my mates tonight, and one of them made a very good point. Why is it we take risks on the ball in our defensive third, but we don't take risks on the ball in the attacking third? Because that's what's happened there. Ugarte's got the ball, he's under pressure, he could either play it back to someone who could clear it, or he could just play it out into touch himself. Instead, he tries to wriggle his way around two Leicester players and play a pass that's never on within our own defensive third, gives it away. Mainu's sleeping. He's supposed to be picking up Ndidi on that passage of play. He's not done it. It's a crap goal, just in general from that point onwards. It's a shot. It's a good save from Onana. It's fallen to D. Cordova-Reid. The defence is sleeping like they always are. And we go 1-0 down. But I'm not being funny. Other than that, Leicester offered no threat whatsoever. Like, the commentary was saying how good Leicester played, but all they did was stop us creating anything. And to be honest, we struggled to create anything anyway. So, did Leicester really do a good job? I don't know. They certainly didn't cause us any real defensive problems today. So, look, I am pissed off with what I've seen there. Obviously, come the morning, I'm going to be much happier that Manchester United are into the next round of the FA Cup. But let's be realistic. We're going to Spurs next week. We play like that, we've got no chance. And they killed us at home already. Granted, we do tend to play a little bit better away from home in big games, even though Spurs are below us in the league right now. But honestly, we can't play like that at Spurs next week and expect to get a result. We really can't. But we'll see. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do we need to swap the wing backs? The answer is yes. And I don't know. What else would you do? What other players would you like to see in that team? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching as always. I'll see you very soon.